He thought their marriage was just going through a rough patch, a season of distance that every couple faces. His name was Mark, and for months he'd felt a growing disconnect from his wife, Sarah. The easy laughter they once shared had faded, replaced by a polite, almost formal silence. Their conversations were about logistics, groceries, bills, who would pick up the kids. The spark, the intimacy, the very soul of their relationship seemed to be dimming. But Mark wasn't the type to give up. He was a fixer, a problem solver. He believed that with enough effort any crack could be mended. So he decided to fight for them, for the life they had built over 12 years. He started small. He'd leave her little notes in the morning, just like he used to when they were first dating. "Have a great day," or "thinking of you." Most days, he wouldn't get a reply. He planned date nights, booking tables at her favorite restaurants, only for her to cancel at the last minute, citing a late meeting or a headache. He'd sit at the bar alone, nursing a drink, telling himself she was just stressed from work. He suggested a weekend getaway, a trip to the coast where they had their honeymoon. He imagined them walking hand in hand on the beach, the salty air clearing the tension between them. "I can't get the time off," she said, her eyes not meeting his. He bought her flowers, a beautiful bouquet of lilies, her favorite. She thanked him, but the flowers sat on the kitchen counter, their vibrant petals slowly wilting, much like his hope. Mark thought he was trying to fix a leaky pipe, not realizing the entire foundation of their house had already crumbled. He was trying to repair their marriage, completely unaware that she had already broken it beyond repair. While he was busy trying to reconnect with her, she was busy connecting with someone else. Every late night at the office was a dinner date. Every work trip was a weekend rendezvous. Every text he sent that went unanswered was because her phone was silenced while she was with him. The sad truth was, Mark wasn't fighting a battle for their marriage. He was fighting it alone. Sarah had surrendered long ago. She just hadn't told him the war was over. One evening, Mark decided to make one last grand gesture. He'd been saving for a new car, but he used the money to buy a beautiful diamond necklace he knew she'd been admiring. He cooked her favorite meal, lit candles, and put on the soft music they used to dance to in their living room. He was going to put everything on the table, tell her how much he loved her, how he couldn't imagine his life without her, and beg her to work with him to find their way back to each other. As he was setting the table, her car pulled into the driveway, but she wasn't alone. Another car pulled in right behind hers. Through the window, Mark watched as Sarah got out, and a man he'd never seen before stepped out of the other car. He watched as they shared a long, lingering kiss under the porch light. In that single, shattering moment, Mark's world collapsed. He wasn't fixing a marriage. He was witnessing its eulogy. The necklace felt heavy in his pocket, a cold, hard reminder of a love that was no longer his. The dinner grew cold on the table, a feast for a ghost. We had tried to fix their marriage, but you can't fix something that someone else has already thrown away. The confrontation that followed was a blur of tears and bitter truths. Sarah didn't deny it. She confessed everything, her words detached, as if she were reciting a story about strangers. She said she'd been unhappy for years, that she felt like she'd lost herself. She said the other man, a colleague from work, made her feel alive again. Mark listened, the man who always had a solution, now utterly devoid of one. How do you fix a heart that no longer beats for you? How do you rebuild a home with someone who has already built another? There were no easy answers. The days that followed were a painful process of separation. Lawyers, dividing assets, telling the kids each step was like a fresh wound. Mark felt a confusing mix of anger, betrayal, and a profound, hollowing sadness. He replayed every memory, searching for clues he'd missed. Were the signs there all along? Had he been so focused on fixing the surface cracks that he never saw the rot spreading underneath? It took him a long time to understand that her choices were not a reflection of his worth. He had fought with everything he had for a marriage she had already left. He had loved enough for the both of them, but he learned that love can't be a one-sided effort. Slowly, painstakingly, Mark began to rebuild his life. Not around fixing what was broken, but around building something new for himself and his children. He started focusing on his own happiness, rediscovering hobbies he'd let go of, spending quality time with friends who rallied around him. He learned that sometimes the bravest thing you can do is to stop trying to fix something and accept that it's broken. Sometimes letting go is the only way to move forward. The pain of her betrayal never fully disappeared, but it changed. became a scar, a reminder not of his failure, but of his strength. A reminder that he had the courage to fight for love, and more importantly, the resilience to survive its loss. His journey was a testament to the fact that even when your world is shattered by someone else's actions, you can still pick up the pieces and build a new, stronger future for yourself. Thank you for watching. If this story resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe for more content. We'll see you in the next one.